Hey everyone, I'm Coaster Cat, aka Roller Coaster Rider,
Hi, and I'm Kay.
and we're going to review another episode of Jessie. This one is Season 3, Episode 17, entitled Lights, Camera, Distraction. The entire episode focuses is about how Jessie, kind of upset that her acting career hasn't gone as well as she would have liked, and so she decides to enter a one of those short film festivals where you submit a video online where you have 24 hours to make a movie. So she decides, and since she gets the theme of love, she decides to uh, do one based on her love story with Tony the bellhop slash doorman, which included her falling on the ground, um, going on a picnic date with him, which I believe might have been a season 1 episode that we haven't reviewed yet,
Oh,
and another season 1 episode where she and Tony were in a teacup and then water poured
I'm done.
them. Because, however, as you would probably expect, things don't go exactly according to plan. Everyone has their own idea on how the movie should go and what the theme should be. Um, we'll talk about them as they probably go along. And Tony decides to quit the project before an official ending. Um, so Jessie is really depressed because nothing has really gone how she had written it, or how she had written, or how she had hoped. So she then gets depressed until she realizes that since there's 8 hours of footage, it seems Ravi never stopped filming. So she decides to try to fix the film festival, fix her video as best she can when it came to love. Is there anything else you want to add?
Well, you kind of said it in a nutshell, but yeah.
Can you say about 8 more minutes of information?
What?
It's 2 minutes in right
So, this is quite interesting. The
now.
first time Jessie came to New York, and
Which goes back to the first episode.
right. So, how she falls down with her suitcase, and how Tony is like, oh man, or whatever.
And he
And
can't remember his
he can't
line.
remember his lines. What was my line? She fell how many times? Three, four times.
It would have been funny.
Reenacting.
It would have been funny if one of those they said, "Take 45."
Yeah. Oh boy. So anyway, so everybody has their take on how the movie should go.
Yeah. Like,
So
can I say what
sure,
they are, or do you want to go back and forth?
no, that's fine.
Emma's is kind of a send off of Twilight. Um, with Tony playing like a werewolf or something,
Yeah.
and Emma is in it, and she plays a were-poodle,
Yep.
which is really funny. Can you say the Luke one?
Luke, they were. She had a British accent, so
Yeah.
the
Do you know what it
P.
was a son? Do you know what it was a reference to?
No.
You seriously don't know?
What was it? James Bond? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, James Bond. Okay.
Ross, Luke Ross,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
and
would
I'm
make more sense now.
and I'm Pimples, or I'm Dimples, Dimples galore.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they could probably say it officially for legal and probably age restriction reasons.
But anyway, he was driving a English car without the top, and
Yeah.
they were driving away from people, and um, yeah, he was going to save her. All she had to do was give him a kiss, and then he would lose the people that were following him.
It was sadly around this point to her on the recreating the date with Tony that because of rain, the recording lost connection. So we probably lost a couple of minutes of video footage of that.
Okay.
But they did make a good joke about action movies and about how they want to blow up the world, which would also kill them, so it would be kind of counterproductive.
Right.
Um,
She didn't understand that part.
do you want to say the Zuri one or the Ravi one?
Um, Ravi.
You'll say the Ravi one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Zuri one kind of plays up like a Western,
Yeah.
and she basically plays like a school varmint or something that ties Jessie to the railroad tracks. And along the way, it talks about how this is the wild. Why do I need to know about geography? This is the Wild East. West!
Yeah.
I'm a 10-year-old girl with a mustache. I've got bigger problems.
And Jessie is tied, like all the old Western and
Yeah.
silent movies. She's tied to the railroad track.
Like a Miss Kitty or something. I can say that. I'm a cat.
So then,
You know what I mean.
Ravi's is more India.
Yeah.
Is he supposed to be like, which movie was he supposed
I
to
think
be
that's
like?
it's just a general Indian film. I would say indie, but that doesn't really work.
So anyway, he has his
This is
pet lizard.
this is when Tony quits, and so he comes up with a solution to help the ending.
Right. He turned Tony into Mrs. Kipling, the
Yeah.
lizard. And he would turn him back if they danced. So everybody
No, he
even
says
Bertrand
no.
danced.
He says I admire your love. I will bring him back, but first we dance. And then Jessie was like, "Why?" And he was like, "It's a Bollywood movie. This is how they all end."
So everybody, even Bertram, was dancing. So
Oh, by the way, any Bollywood movie fans out there, please comment if that's accurate or not. Or if that's just happens in a few of them, like Grease or High School Musical, or... Did Fame end with a big dance number?
oh yeah.
Okay, Fame. Or insert DreamWorks / Illumination movie. So, who do you think was this episode's MVP star?
Well, it had to be Jessie. She was
Yeah.
all over the place.
She was in the most, and I did like the dimples galore joke.
Yeah. But
sorry.
Bertram wasn't in it much, but
Yeah.
he's the one that kind of directed her, like, this part, where she was getting wet and everything. It looks funny, slow motion, it looks funny, the other motion.
He didn't tell her how to direct, he was just laughing at the footage.
Right, so he was saying how much of the other footage was great. And so he did, at the end, she was falling asleep. She had like 5 seconds to send it. She was like 5, 4, 3.
And then
2.
he sends it.
And then he takes her finger and sends it. So
Do you want a credit as well on this video?
no, Zuri.
I'll take that
Bertram.
as a yes then.
Zuri and Bertram wanted credits.
What were some of your favorite lines? I have 2.
Go ahead. I don't remember lines as much as I remember the action.
Okay. One of them was when Jessie fell on the ground, and then Tony let people into the building.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Seriously? Hey, I'm still on clock.
Yeah.
I thought that one was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I've already said the dimples galore, the galore comment, but another one that I liked was how Jessie said it was awkward for me. It was awkward for me dating you. To be honest, while we were dating, I was pretending you were James Franco.
No, while we were filming. And then he asked...
No, while we were together. That's what she said.
The filming.
No.
And then he asked, well, what about when we were dating?
No, he said, you mean when
Okay.
we were filming or when we were dating?
Right.
And she was like, well, that doesn't matter.
And then he said she opened the letter from the film festival and hers was accepted. And so then he's like, oh, can I play in the sequel? And she goes, if you can remember one of your lines.
Oh, that...
And then as the elevator opened, he goes, oh, man. And she goes, that doesn't count.
That kind of drew me back to when I used to do theater plays, or the one time when I was terrible at it and I couldn't remember my lines. Anyway, would you tell people to watch this episode, like, if it comes on insert TV service, would you tell people to record the episode or tape the episode
Yeah,
or
I
film
think
it or what?
it had everybody equally in there. Yes, Jessie was the star, she was the director, she was whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody
And the
had,
writer.
right, but everybody had their own little like sequence of how it should go. So it kept it flowing. Otherwise it might have been a lot more kind of dull.
Okay. I would tell people to watch this episode too. It is kind of humorous how it kind of like recreates scenes from the show, but it does it on like a micro budget,
Yeah. She had no budget.
including the teacup.
The teacup.
Don't say what happened. It was just very
No,
budgeted.
It was
It was very budgeted.
It was a box. And Suri wanted them to bend down in the box.
Thanks for spoiling it.
Because it was a giant teacup.
I didn't want to say. I just wanted to say it was the teacup.
Oh. Well, it was a giant teacup.
Well, until next time, that's Genevieve. I'm Coaster Cat, aka Roller Coaster Rider. That was her name in the...
Oh, okay.
Anyway, and we'll be back because we've got to do about 2 more reviews today. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, do me a favor and be like the cool kids and subscribe. And I'm doing a special until February 20th. If you subscribe to my channel, I'll subscribe to yours.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.